The American bullfrog, scientifically known as Lithobates catesbianus, is a large species of frog native to North America. It is one of the most widespread and recognizable frog species in the United States and Canada. Here are some key characteristics and information about the American bullfrog. American bullfrogs are one of the largest frog species in North America. They can reach lengths of up to 8 inches or more. They have bright green or brownish-green skin with dark blotches and a white or yellowish belly. Their coloration helps them blend into their aquatic and semi-aquatic habitats. American bullfrogs are found throughout North America, primarily in the eastern and central United States and Canada. They have also been introduced to other parts of the world, including Europe and Asia. These frogs are highly adaptable and can inhabit a variety of freshwater habitats, including ponds, lakes, rivers, marshes, and even urban areas with suitable water sources. American bullfrogs are opportunistic carnivores. They feed on a wide range of prey, including insects, small mammals, other frogs, fish, and even small birds. They are known for their voracious appetites. Breeding typically occurs in the spring and summer. Male bullfrogs are known for their loud, deep calls, which they use to attract females. The females lay their eggs in shallow water and tadpoles hatch from these eggs. Tadpoles undergo metamorphosis, gradually developing into adult frogs. While American bullfrogs are not currently listed as a threatened or endangered species, they have become invasive in some regions where they have been introduced. Their predation on native wildlife and competition with other frog species have raised concerns about their impact on ecosystems. American bullfrogs play a significant role in freshwater ecosystems and are of interest to researchers and conservationists studying amphibian populations and their interactions with the environment. The European common toad, scientifically known as bufo, is a widespread and well-known amphibian species found throughout Europe and parts of Asia. Here are some key characteristics and information about the European common toad. European common toads have a distinctive appearance. They typically have rough, warty skin that can vary in color from gray to brown or olive green. They are often characterized by dark patches or spots on their skin. Their underbelly is usually pale and may have a marbled pattern. Adult European common toads can range in size, with females generally being larger than males. They typically measure around 10 to 15 centimeters in length. These toads are highly adaptable and can be found in a variety of habitats, including woodlands, grasslands, gardens, and urban areas. They are commonly associated with damp environments such as ponds, lakes, marshes, and wet meadows. European common toads are carnivorous and primarily feed on a diet of insects, spiders, worms, and other small invertebrates. They are known for their sticky tongues, which they use to catch prey. During the breeding season in spring, male common toads migrate to breeding sites, such as ponds and lakes, and produce a distinctive, high-pitched mating call to attract females. After mating, the females lay long strings of gelatinous eggs in the water, which hatch into tadpoles. Tadpoles undergo metamorphosis, gradually transforming into juvenile toads. The juveniles resemble small adult toads and eventually leave the water to live on land. European common toads have a relatively long lifespan and can live for several years in the wild. European common toads are generally not considered threatened or endangered. However, like many amphibian species, they face various threats, including habitat loss, pollution, and road mortality due to their terrestrial habits. Conservation efforts often focus on protecting their breeding sites and preserving their natural habitats. European common toads play an essential role in ecosystems by helping control insect populations and serving as prey for various predators. They are also important subjects of study in the fields of ecology and herpetology due to their widespread distribution and ecological significance. The northern leopard frog, scientifically known as Lithobates catesbianus, is a species of frog native to North America. It is recognized for its distinctive spotted pattern, which resembles the spots of a leopard, hence the name leopard frog. Here are some key characteristics and information about the northern leopard frog. Northern leopard frogs are medium-sized frogs with a background color that can range from green to brown. They are covered in irregularly shaped spots that vary in color from light green to dark brown or black. These spots give them their leopard-like appearance. Northern leopard frogs are found in a wide range of habitats across North America, including Canada and the United States. They are particularly common in the northern and central regions of the continent. These frogs are semi-aquatic and are often found in and around wetlands, ponds, marshes, and slow-moving streams. They require aquatic habitats for breeding but can also be found in grassy or wooded areas near water. Northern leopard frogs are carnivorous and primarily feed on a diet of insects, spiders, worms, and other small invertebrates. They are known for their quick tongue reflexes, which they use to catch prey. Like many frog species, northern leopard frogs are known for their distinctive calls, which they use to attract mates during the breeding season. Their calls are often described as a series of short, snore-like sounds. Breeding typically occurs in the spring and early summer when northern leopard frogs gather at breeding sites. Females lay clusters of eggs in shallow water, and these eggs hatch into tadpoles. Tadpoles go through metamorphosis, eventually developing into adult frogs. Northern leopard frogs face various threats, including habitat loss and degradation, pollution, and diseases like trichotillomycosis. In some regions, populations have declined. Conservation efforts aim to protect their habitats, monitor populations, and raise awareness about their importance in ecosystems. Northern leopard frogs are an essential part of freshwater ecosystems, serving as both predators of insects and prey for various predators, such as birds and snakes. They are also a subject of scientific research and ecological studies, due to their ecological roles and unique characteristics. The red-eyed tree frog, scientifically known as Aegolechnus caladrius, is a striking and colorful species of tree frog found in the rainforests of Central America, including countries like Costa Rica, Honduras, Nicaragua, and Panama. Here are some key characteristics and information about the red-eyed tree frog. Red-eyed tree frogs are known for their vibrant and eye-catching colors. They have bright green skin with blue and yellow stripes on their sides and legs. Their most distinctive feature is their large, bright red eyes with vertically narrowed pupils. These vivid colors serve as a form of aposematism, warning potential predators that they are toxic or unpalatable. Adult red-eyed tree frogs are relatively small, typically measuring about 2 to 3 inches in length. These frogs are primarily arboreal, which means they live in trees. They are found in tropical rainforests and humid lowland areas near streams and rivers. They are well adapted to life in the trees, and have specialized toe pads that help them grip onto leaves and branches. Red-eyed tree frogs are primarily nocturnal, meaning they are most active at night. During the day, they hide among the leaves of trees and shrubs to avoid predators and stay moist. They are insectivorous, feeding on a diet of various insects, such as crickets, moths, and flies. They are sit-and-wait predators, using their excellent vision to spot prey and their long, sticky tongues to capture it. Breeding typically occurs in temporary rainforest pools or slow-moving streams. Male red-eyed tree frogs call out to attract females with a series of loud, repetitive, bird-like calls. After mating, the female lays her eggs on leaves hanging over the water, and when the tadpoles hatch, they fall into the water below. Tadpoles then go through a metamorphic process, developing into froglets before climbing back into the trees. While the red-eyed tree frog is not currently listed as endangered, it faces threats from habitat destruction due to deforestation and human development. Additionally, the pet trade sometimes exploits these frogs, although captive breeding efforts have helped reduce pressure on wild populations. Red-eyed tree frogs are iconic amphibians known for their stunning appearance and unique behaviors. They are a symbol of rainforest biodiversity and are often featured in educational materials and conservation efforts to raise awareness about the importance of preserving their tropical habitats. The American green tree frog, scientifically known as Hyla cinerea, is a species of tree frog native to the southeastern United States. This small frog is well known for its bright, green coloration and its distinctive calls, which are often heard during warm summer nights. Here are some key characteristics and information about the American green tree frog. American green tree frogs are relatively small, typically measuring around 1.5 to 2.5 inches in length. They have bright green skin, which helps them blend in with the leaves of vegetation. Their dorsal surface often has small, irregular patterns or spots, and their bellies are usually white or pale. These frogs are found in the southeastern United States, including states like Florida, Georgia, South Carolina, Alabama, and Mississippi. They prefer habitats with abundant vegetation, such as swamps, marshes, ponds, and gardens. American green tree frogs are primarily nocturnal, meaning they are most active at night. During the day, they seek shelter in vegetation, tree hollows, or other hiding places to avoid predators and maintain moisture levels. Their diet mainly consists of small insects and other invertebrates. They use their long, sticky tongues to capture prey. Male American green tree frogs are known for their distinctive calls, which they use to attract females during the breeding season. Their calls are often described as a series of quonk or wunk sounds, which can be quite loud and are characteristic of summer evenings in their range. Breeding typically occurs in spring and summer when males call out to females. After mating, the female lays her eggs in bodies of water, such as ponds or shallow pools. Tadpoles hatch from these eggs and go through a metamorphic process before transforming into juvenile frogs. American green tree frogs are not considered endangered or threatened, and they are commonly encountered in their range. However, like many amphibians, they can be affected by habitat loss due to urban development and other human activities. American green tree frogs are appreciated for their vibrant coloration and their role in controlling insect populations. They are often featured in educational programs and are enjoyed by enthusiasts of amphibians and herpetology due to their unique characteristics and vocalizations. The eastern newt, scientifically known as Nothopomus viridescens, is a species of salamander found in eastern North America. It is a fascinating amphibian with a unique life cycle that involves distinct stages of development. Here are some key characteristics and information about the eastern newt. Eastern newts go through different color phases as they mature. The three primary stages are the aquatic larval stage, the terrestrial juvenile stage, and the aquatic adult stage. During this stage, eastern newts have gilled aquatic larvae that are brownish-green with feathery gills and a fin tail. As they transition to land, they become known as terrestrial juveniles. Terrestrial juveniles are typically bright orange or red with black spots and a rough, granular skin. They have lungs for breathing air. In the adult aquatic stage, eastern newts return to the water, where they develop smooth, olive green to yellow-green skin. They have webbed feet and a distinct fin along the tail. Eastern newts are found in eastern North America, ranging from the maritime provinces of Canada down to Florida, and as far west as Texas. They inhabit a variety of freshwater environments, including ponds, lakes, swamps, and slow-moving streams. They spend different stages of their life cycle in both aquatic and terrestrial habitats. Eastern newts are carnivorous. Larval and adult newts feed on a diet of small aquatic invertebrates, such as aquatic insects, worms, and small crustaceans. The life cycle of eastern newts is unique among salamanders. It includes three distinct stages. Newt eggs are laid in water, and the aquatic larvae hatch from these eggs. They have gills for breathing underwater. After a period of growth in the water, eastern newts transition to a terrestrial juvenile stage. During this phase, they venture onto land, where they are brightly colored. As they reach sexual maturity, eastern newts return to the water, where they develop the adult characteristics, including a more subdued green coloration. Eastern newt populations are generally stable and not considered threatened. However, like many amphibians, they are susceptible to habitat loss and water pollution. Conservation efforts focus on protecting their habitats and monitoring populations. Eastern newts are a fascinating example of metamorphosis in amphibians, with their distinct color phases and life cycle stages. They are often of interest to researchers studying amphibian biology and ecology. The African clawed frog, scientifically known as Phenopus laevis, is a species of aquatic frog native to sub-Saharan Africa. These frogs are notable for their unique characteristics, including their distinctive claws, and they have been widely used in scientific research. Here are some key characteristics and information about the African clawed frog. African clawed frogs have a relatively simple appearance. They are typically olive-brown or grayish-green in color and have a flattened body. One of their most distinctive features is the presence of three short, black claws on each of their hind feet, which they use for digging and anchoring themselves in the substrate. Adult African clawed frogs are relatively small, with females typically being larger than males. They typically measure around 2 to 4 inches in length. These frogs are primarily aquatic and are found in a variety of freshwater habitats, including ponds, lakes, rivers, and slow-moving streams. They are often associated with areas with muddy or sandy bottoms. African clawed frogs are known for their secretive and nocturnal behavior. They are primarily active at night and spend much of their time buried in the substrate or hiding in vegetation. They are opportunistic carnivores and feed on a variety of prey, including aquatic invertebrates, small fish, tadpoles, and other small animals. Their clawed feet are particularly useful for catching and manipulating prey. African clawed frogs have an interesting reproductive strategy. They do not have a free-swimming tadpole stage like many other frog species. Instead, they undergo direct development, meaning the eggs hatch into miniature froglets. Males attract females with calls, and after mating, females lay their eggs in underwater vegetation. The males then fertilize the eggs externally. African clawed frogs have played a significant role in scientific research, particularly in developmental biology and genetics. They were widely used for pregnancy testing in the mid-20th century, due to their sensitivity to human chorionic gonadotropin. They have also been important models for studying early vertebrate development and genetics. In their native habitat, African clawed frog populations are generally stable. However, they have been introduced to other regions, including North America and Europe, where they can become invasive and pose a threat to native amphibians. Conservation efforts focus on preventing their spread to new areas and managing introduced populations. African clawed frogs are unique amphibians with a fascinating reproductive strategy and a history of contributions to scientific research. Their distinctive characteristics, including their clawed feet, have made them a subject of interest for both scientists and amphibian enthusiasts. The golden poison dart frog, scientifically known as Philobits terribilis, is one of the most toxic animals on Earth. It is a small, brightly colored frog native to the rainforests of western Colombia and South America. These frogs are famous for their vibrant colors and the deadly poison they produce. Here are some key characteristics and information about the golden poison dart frog. Golden poison dart frogs are tiny, with adults typically measuring between 1.5 to 2.5 inches in length. They are known for their striking coloration which varies from bright yellow to orange or even red. The vibrant coloration serves as a warning to potential predators that they are highly toxic. These frogs are among the most toxic animals in the world. The poison they produce, called relajarse, is incredibly potent. Indigenous people in Colombia have historically used the toxins from these frogs to poison the tips of blow darts, or blowgun projectiles for hunting, which is how the frogs got their name. It is estimated that the skin of a single golden poison dart frog contains enough toxin to kill several adult humans. Golden poison dart frogs are found in the rainforests of western Colombia, particularly in the Choco region. They inhabit humid and tropical environments, often near streams or small bodies of water. Their toxic nature is thought to be linked to their diet in the wild, which includes ants and other small arthropods. The frogs sequester the toxins from their prey, making them poisonous. These frogs are diurnal, which means they are active during the day. They are known for their territorial behavior and are often seen defending small territories in the rainforest. Golden poison dart frogs have complex courtship and mating behaviors. Males are responsible for calling to attract females. After mating, the female lays her eggs on the forest floor, and the male guards them. Once the eggs hatch, the male carries the tadpoles on his back to small pools of water and plants, where the tadpoles develop. The golden poison dart frog is classified as endangered on the International Union for Conservation of Nature Red List of Threatened Species. Habitat loss due to deforestation and illegal collection for the pet trade have contributed to their decline in the wild. Conservation efforts aim to protect their habitats and manage their populations. These frogs are a symbol of the incredible diversity and adaptations found in rainforest ecosystems. Their vibrant colors and deadly toxins have made them a subject of interest for researchers, and a cautionary example of the consequences of disturbing, delicate ecosystems. The axolotl, scientifically known as Ambystoma mexicanum, is a unique and fascinating aquatic salamander species native to certain lakes in Mexico, particularly in the region around Mexico. Axolotls are notable for their remarkable ability to regenerate lost body parts, including limbs, spinal cord, and even parts of their heart and brain. Here are some key characteristics and information about axolotls. Axolotls have a distinctive appearance with a broad, flat head, feathery external gills on either side of their head, and a wide mouth. They have smooth, slimy skin and a long, eel-like body. Their coloration can vary, but they are often shades of brown-gray or olive, with occasional white or pink individuals. Some axolotls exhibit albinism, which gives them a pinkish hue. Unlike most amphibians, axolotls are permanently aquatic and do not undergo metamorphosis to develop into terrestrial adults. They retain their juvenile characteristics throughout their lives, including their external gills, which they use to extract oxygen from the water. One of the most remarkable features of axolotls is their ability to regenerate lost body parts. If an axolotl loses a limb, for example, it can regrow a fully functional one over time. This regenerative capacity has made them a subject of extensive scientific research, and holds potential implications for human regenerative medicine. Axolotls are carnivorous and primarily feed on a diet of small aquatic creatures, such as insects, worms, small fish, and crustaceans. They are skilled predators and use their powerful jaws to capture prey. In the wild, axolotls are found in freshwater lakes and canals in Mexico, particularly in the Xochimilco region near Mexico City. However, due to habitat destruction and water pollution, wild populations of axolotls have declined significantly, and they are considered critically endangered in their natural habitat. Conservation efforts are in place to protect the remaining wild populations of axolotls. Captive breeding programs and research are also conducted to better understand their biology and genetics and to help ensure their survival. Axolotls have been extensively studied for their regenerative abilities, and they have contributed valuable insights into the field of regenerative medicine. Their unique characteristics make them a model organism for understanding tissue regeneration and developmental biology. Axolotls are not only important in scientific research, but are also popular as pets in the aquarium trade, due to their intriguing appearance and relatively low maintenance requirements. However, it's essential to ensure that captive axolotls are cared for in a way that promotes their health and well-being while preserving their unique features. The eastern spadefoot toad, scientifically known as Scyphiopus holbrookii, is a species of spadefoot toad found in the eastern United States. Spadefoot toads are known for their distinctive adaptations and behavior. Here are some key characteristics and information about the eastern spadefoot toad. Eastern spadefoot toads are relatively small, with a compact body that typically ranges from 2 to 3.5 inches in length. They have smooth, warty skin that varies in color, but is often gray or brown with scattered spots. They have large, vertically oriented eyes and a distinctive vertical pupil. Spadefoot toads are named for a unique adaptation found on their hind feet. They have a hard, keratinized spaded on each hind foot, which they use for burrowing into the ground. This adaptation helps them quickly dig into the soil to escape predators and to bury themselves during dry periods. Eastern spadfoot toads are primarily found in sandy or loose soils in habitats like pine forests, grasslands, and coastal areas. They are particularly associated with areas where they can easily burrow. These toads are primarily nocturnal, meaning they are most active at night. During the day in dry conditions, they burrow into the soil to avoid desiccation and extreme temperatures. Eastern spadefoot toads are opportunistic carnivores and feed on a variety of small invertebrates, including insects, spiders, and other arthropods. Spadefoot toads have a unique breeding strategy. They breed in temporary pools of water formed by heavy rains. Males call from these pools, attracting females. Once they mate, the females lay eggs in the water, and tadpoles hatch from the eggs. Tadpoles have a relatively short development period, and can metamorphose into juvenile toads in as little as 2 weeks. Eastern spadefoot toads are not currently considered threatened or endangered, but their populations can be affected by habitat destruction and degradation. Conservation efforts often focus on preserving their natural habitats and ensuring the protection of breeding sites. Eastern spadefoot toads are fascinating amphibians with unique adaptations for survival in their sandy habitats. Their specialized digging behavior and ability to quickly respond to rain events make them intriguing subjects for ecological and behavioral studies. The fire-bellied toad is a common name used for several species of small, brightly colored toads belonging to the genera Bombina and Barbarula. These toads are known for their distinctive red or orange markings on their bellies, which serve as a warning signal to potential predators. While there are different species of fire-bellied toads, I will provide information on the European fire-bellied toad as it is one of the most well-known species. European fire-bellied toads are relatively small, typically reaching lengths of 1.2 to 2 inches. They have vibrant green or olive-colored skin on their dorsal side with contrasting black or dark green markings. Their undersides, particularly their bellies and the lower parts of their limbs, are bright red or orange with black spots. This coloration serves as a warning to predators that they are toxic. European fire-bellied toads are native to parts of Central and Eastern Europe, including countries like Germany, Poland, Hungary, and Ukraine. They are typically found in wetlands, including ponds, marshes, and slow-moving streams. They are semi-aquatic amphibians and spend much of their time in or near the water. They are often seen in shallow water, where they can easily hide among aquatic vegetation and rocks. Fire-bellied toads are opportunistic feeders and have a diet that includes a variety of small invertebrates, such as insects, spiders, worms, and small crustaceans. These toads are known for their interesting behavior. When threatened or disturbed, they often flip over onto their backs to expose their brightly colored bellies, effectively warning potential predators that they are toxic. This is known as the one-time reflex defense mechanism. Fire-bellied toads produce toxins in their skin glands, which can be irritating or even toxic to potential predators. While these toxins are not typically harmful to humans, it's essential to handle these toads with care and wash your hands afterward. European fire-bellied toads are not currently considered threatened or endangered. However, like many amphibians, they can be vulnerable to habitat loss and degradation, particularly due to the destruction of wetlands. Fire-bellied toads, with their vibrant colors and unique defensive behavior, are popular in the pet trade. They are often kept in captivity. Careful attention to their specific habitat and dietary needs is essential for their well-being in captivity. Additionally, it's important to ensure that individuals in the pet trade are legally obtained and not collected from the wild, as wild populations can be impacted by overcollection. The Japanese giant salamander, scientifically known as Andreas japonicus, is one of the largest and most impressive amphibians in the world. It is native to Japan and is known for its remarkable size, longevity, and unique appearance. Here are some key characteristics and information about the Japanese giant salamander. Japanese giant salamanders are indeed giants among salamanders. They can grow to lengths of up to 1.5 meters or more, making them one of the largest amphibians on Earth. They have a stout, cylindrical body, a broad head with a wide mouth, and wrinkled, mottled skin. Their skin coloration ranges from dark brown to black, providing excellent camouflage in the rocky streams and rivers where they live. These salamanders are native to Japan, and their range includes various parts of the country, particularly in cold, clear, fast-flowing mountain streams and rivers. Japanese giant salamanders are fully aquatic and are well adapted to their aquatic environments. They are most commonly found in clean, well-oxygenated freshwater habitats with rocky substrates, where they use crevices and burrows in the rocks as shelter. These salamanders are primarily nocturnal predators, feeding on a diet of aquatic invertebrates, such as crayfish, insects, worms, and small fish. They are sit-and-wait predators, ambushing their prey when it comes near. Japanese giant salamanders are known for their relatively slow and deliberate movements. They have poor vision and primarily rely on their keen sense of smell and touch to locate prey and navigate their environment. Japanese giant salamanders are among the longest-lived amphibians, with individuals in captivity known to live for several decades. In the wild, their lifespan is estimated to be around 30 to 50 years or even longer. These salamanders have a unique reproductive strategy. Males guard and defend nest sites, which are typically found in underwater burrows. Females lay eggs in the burrow, and the male guards them until they hatch. The male also helps protect and care for the larvae after hatching. Japanese giant salamanders are listed as near threatened on the International Union for Conservation of Nature Red List due to habitat degradation, water pollution, and other human-induced threats. Conservation efforts in Japan aim to protect their natural habitats, raise awareness about their conservation needs, and monitor populations. The Japanese giant salamander is not only a symbol of Japan's rich biodiversity, but also an important flagship species for the conservation of freshwater habitats in the country. Efforts to protect these remarkable amphibians are essential to ensuring the health of their aquatic ecosystems. The Colorado River toad, scientifically known as Ancilius alvarius, is a large species of toad native to the southwestern United States and northwestern Mexico. It is also known by several common names, including the Sonoran desert toad, Colorado River toad, and Bifo alvarius toad. This toad is particularly famous for the potent psychoactive substances it produces, which have led to its use in traditional and recreational ceremonies. Here are some key characteristics and information about the Colorado River toad. The Colorado River toad is relatively large, with a robust body, and a distinctive appearance. It has smooth, moist skin that varies in color from pale green to olive green or gray-brown. Its skin often has irregular markings and a prominent parotoid gland behind each eye. These glands produce toxic secretions that serve as a defense mechanism against predators. The natural range of the Colorado River toad includes parts of Arizona, California, Nevada, New Mexico, and northwestern Mexico. It is typically found in arid and semi-arid regions, often near water sources. These toads inhabit a variety of habitats, including deserts, riparian areas, and scrublands. They are often found near streams, rivers, and other water bodies, where they breed and find food. The Colorado River toad is known for producing a potent venom that contains psychoactive compounds. This substance is used in some traditional indigenous ceremonies for its psychedelic effects. It should be noted that the use of these substances can be illegal and poses significant health risks. While the Colorado River toad is not listed as endangered, its populations may face threats from habitat destruction and pollution. Additionally, the collection of these toads for their psychoactive secretions can have negative effects on wild populations. The venom of the Colorado River toad has gained popularity in some subcultures for its psychoactive properties. Some individuals have used the secretions from these toads for recreational purposes, although it is important to emphasize that this practice can be dangerous and illegal in some places. The collection and use of Colorado River toads for their venom or psychoactive secretions may be subject to legal restrictions in various jurisdictions. It is essential to be aware of and abide by local laws and regulations regarding the possession and use of these animals. The Colorado River toad is a unique amphibian with a combination of natural characteristics and cultural associations that make it notable. However, it's important to approach these animals with respect for their natural habitats, and to be mindful of the legal and ethical considerations surrounding their use. The marbled salamander, scientifically known as Ambystoma papacans, is a species of mole salamander found in the eastern United States. These striking amphibians are known for their distinctive black and white marbled pattern, which sets them apart from many other salamander species. Here are some key characteristics and information about the marbled salamander. Marbled salamanders are easily recognizable due to their bold black and white coloration. They have a black or dark gray body with irregular white or silvery marbling on their back and sides. Their legs are often solid black, and they have a broad, flattened body. Adult marbled salamanders are relatively small, typically ranging from 3 to 5 inches in length. Marbled salamanders are native to the eastern United States, with their range extending from the Great Lakes region down to the Gulf of Mexico, and from the Atlantic coast westward into parts of Texas and Oklahoma. These salamanders are typically found in deciduous forests, woodlands, and other moist, terrestrial environments. They are most active during the fall and early winter, often emerging after heavy rains. Marbled salamanders are primarily nocturnal, which means they are most active at night. They are also known for their secretive behavior, and are often found hiding under leaf litter, logs, or other debris during the day. Their diet mainly consists of small invertebrates, including insects, spiders, earthworms, and other arthropods. They use their sticky tongue to capture prey. Marbled salamanders have a unique reproductive strategy among amphibians. Unlike many species that lay their eggs in water, marbled salamanders lay their eggs in depressions in the ground, often in temporary or vernal pools. These pools fill with rainwater, allowing the eggs to hatch into aquatic larvae. The larvae develop in the water until they undergo metamorphosis and become terrestrial juveniles. Marbled salamanders are generally considered a species of least concern in terms of conservation status. However, like many amphibians, they can be impacted by habitat loss and environmental changes. Conservation efforts often focus on protecting their breeding sites and preserving their forested habitats. Marbled salamanders are unique among salamanders for their striking black and white coloration and their interesting reproductive strategy. They are often encountered by naturalists and researchers in their native habitats, and play an important role in forest ecosystems by helping control insect populations.